Alright, I see myself on screen. Hello everybody, my name is Zojalyx. I'm here with a wonderful Star Wars The Force Unleashed tutorial. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with any percent. So one thing to know about this game is it runs off of in-game time. So it's why we're not going to be having a timer displayed on screen. Just so that way you guys know. And then also the categories we're going to be going throughout this whole thing are going to be obviously The Force Unleashed, which is the main game, and then the 3 DLCs. We're going to be going through actually the main game twice because we have any percent and no mission skips. Any percent in itself is we're going to be teaching you guys how to beat the game in about 25 to 30 minutes depending on your computer. Sub 20 if you got a really good computer. No mission skips is our main category. Which is where we don't skip any of the missions, hence the name implies. Kind of works like a no major glitches, and then the 3 DLCs. So we'll be starting off here. In this, we don't have different subcategories for different difficulties. That's just it. The difficulties, the strats don't really change. So we just play on Apprentice. So the timer would start when you confirm the difficulty, and then we're going to be sitting through if you're timing RTA at least, the timing will start when you are select your difficulty, and then you just kind of start mashing whatever buttons you want in order to skip this first cutscene. Since I don't have the greatest of computers, my cutscenes take a little bit longer to skip than others do. Some people's cutscenes would take a lot less time, and for you guys wondering if this affects in-game time, as far as we know it does not. In-game time is not affected because the loading screens are masked within the in-game time, or the loading screens are masked within the cutscenes. Alright, so we got this first level here. We got our boy Vader, who is wigging out. So Vader's got a couple forms of movement. First thing is he just kind of walks. That's his normal form of movement, but that's slow. So in order to make Vader go faster, if you guys are learning this game, in order to make Vader go faster, you jump. And you can literally just mash A. And so you're going to have something kind of freaky as you just have Vader jumping throughout the level. And then when you saw that on-screen prompt there to do the charge force push. Just go ahead and follow that. You follow those force prompts, and it will then set you up to continue on with the level. And so, yeah, now it's just going to be a lot of jumping. Ignoring enemies, because killing enemies is slow, and we want to go fast. Also, I do have chat open, so if you guys have any questions throughout any of these tutorials, feel free to ask. And then obviously cutting all of the corners, because corners taking wide turns is slow. Oh, one thing I will mention is what I like to do, and this is just kind of personal preference, is while I'm running, especially in this Vader segment, I kind of hold a claw grip on my controller. And I push A with my index finger, and then I use my thumb to move the camera. You don't have to do that, but that is just my, that is my recommendation. That's just my preference. I don't want to say my recommendation. It just helps me to control the camera that way a lot easier. Force Unleashed is not free on PC, however, it is extremely affordable. On PC, you can get it for like 20 bucks, I think, is like the current price on Steam. And you're able to get Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition, which gives you the main game and all DLCs for free. Or, not all DLCs for free. Wow, words. All DLCs for like 20 bucks. Alright, so we're going to go into this first unskippable cutscene. Is there anyone who runs Wii? I did once. We had Starfalco who ran Wii. That actually runs off of a totally separate leaderboard because it is basically an entirely different game. Alright, so we have our first boss fight. I'm pausing it so that way the RNG for the boss fight doesn't really get weird, doesn't get messed up. So, basically what we're going to be doing is you're going to go up to the Rogue Jedi, tap the grip button, which on my controller is right trigger. You tap it, just so that way he gets lifted up off the ground and then falls. When he falls, you want to do an impale for this first cycle. So it'll look like this. Pick him up, drop him, impale. And then when you do it again... Oh, that TIE Fighter helped us out. You want to pick him up, drop him, throw your lightsaber using left trigger and X to do just a little bit more damage, and then impale him again. Since you have that time, you want to be able to do that. And then there, he picks up those TIE Fighters. You can't do any damage to him while he's doing that, so you just kind of have to wait it out. And then, when you get near the end, he likes to do 2. So, the lightsaber strat was actually one found by a runner by the name of Pessimist. He's also the one who discovered the mission skip glitch that we're going to be doing after this level. So, once you get his health down, just start spamming X on him. That will then activate this quick time event, and I will be calling them QTEs for short. And then just go ahead and do the QTE, and that will just make it go really fast. So, and that's the end of the Rogue Jedi fight. It's a really easy fight. Sometimes the fight can be a little annoying just because the RNG for the fight can be a little trippy. And now we're here, and we're going to start doing our mission skip glitch. So you first want to skip that first text box, and then you pause the game, come down to mission select. And normally you can actually select the TIE Fighter Factory, which we actually will use in no mission skips, but we use it in no mission skips just because the grip tutorial is kind of pointless and we don't really bother doing it. Now, this is where we're going to be doing mission skip glitch. So how you do mission skip glitch is you're going to select TIE Fighter Factory. You get this warning message. And then once you hit accept on your D-pad, you want to start mashing down. Because what's going to happen is there's a shadow menu that is happening in the background, and you can manipulate that shadow menu to select a different mission while it is loading a mission, the TIE Fighter Factory. And then it will select the mission, it'll be like, wait a second, you selected this other mission. Let's load that one. And so okay, I don't know why it says that, but okay. And then, so yeah, we'll select it, and you kind of hear this, you want to listen for this kind of like ticking that you'll be hearing, and that will let you know how many missions that you've selected. So there it moved twice, so we skipped Raxus Prime and selected Felucia.
Stand with me against the Emperor.
Actually, no, we skipped even Felucia.
We will at last control the galaxy.
And so now we've just skipped it, and since we're in the cutscene and loading screen, we don't need to worry. This won't affect our in-game times.
Finally.
If I got a new world record, that would be insane. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to do it again. And one thing you'll need to make sure is, as you can see when you're in the mission select menu, these two missions are locked. You can't go to them. So you have to make sure that you're going down to the mission that you're on. Otherwise, it'll think you're trying to select TIE Fighter Factory. And then you have to go through and select everything again. So, again, going here. And then rather than hitting load last save, make sure you hit restart. Once you need to make sure you hit restart instead of load last save. And that will set you up to then do the skip again. Oh, there we didn't get as much. I don't really know exactly. For some reason, on PC, it's a lot harder to just skip directly to it. Who did all this glitch hunting? This glitch was actually discovered accidentally by a runner by the name of Pessimist. He was doing an all holocrons run. His controller was kind of messing up during the prologue, and so when he was selecting to skip the grip tutorial, he went to skip it, and he's like, oh, my control stick is acting weird. So we just started flicking his control stick down, and the next thing he knew, he was loading up another mission. And then Hotshot Wire, who is around the Star Wars community a lot, was able to come up with a video on just how to make this a lot easier to do. Because he figured out how to do it mostly. Ah! Dang it. I was hoping for maybe one more tick. So we've now skipped to the second to last level of the game.
Don't owe me anything. I told you on Cloud City that I can't help you.
Yeah, Hotshot made this more not an accident.
It's his rebellion. Join us because he's asking you to.
You are the first to really fight the Empire.
So this cutscene, unfortunately, is always the longest. It's absolutely
We need
terrible.
Weapons and starships and people with the courage to use them. I don't know how many.
So one thing that you're going to need to know before we get into doing the Death Star is you are, as you're skipping levels, the game's not unlocking abilities for you.
We just need to show
So when you skip into when you skip into the Death Star, you won't have any of your abilities like Force Repulse, Force Lightning. You will only have Force Grip and Force Push to use. And so that makes this run a little bit more interesting. Oh, we got the no menu tick glitch. Cool. We have now completed mission skip glitch. So once you see this costume, you know that you have skipped to the Death Star. This costume is the key visual cue to know that you have skipped to the Death Star.
If they even suspect my past,
all that will be destroyed.
And so, starting out in the level, you're going to have a moment of quite a bit of chaos. So, what's going to be happening is, we're going to be spawning into the main area of the Death Star, and there's going to be this force area that you want to highlight to grip, that will be highlighted. You want to grip it and then pull it down. That is just to open up the area for you to go into and just continue throughout the level. If you spend too long here, you can die pretty easily, and I cannot tell you how many runs I have actually lost because I have died here. So you see this grate, just pull it down, try and... Nope, that's not the one I wanted to pull down, but there we are anyways. Okay, let's see if this will behave. Nope, it won't. Okay. So yeah, this is just going to be trying to not die while moving these grates. It's quite terrible, and we are probably going to die here. Oh, yep, especially since that moved the wrong grate. Oh, is it going to drop for us? Sometimes the grates are just... Okay, we're just going to die. For some reason, this always becomes easier to do when you die. But obviously, dying is slow. And sometimes you can do that. I don't understand. But yeah, that's the worst part of the any percent run. Because if you die there, you lose quite a bit of time. So now we're here at the laser tube. I'm just going to immediately start moving because it runs on a global cycle. But you can just run along the side of the laser here and actually destroy this glass using force push without having to worry about dying. So any percent, for just learning this game, any percent, while it is the fastest of the main categories, it is, in my opinion, the least recommended because it's actually a ridiculously hard category once you get it optimized. So yeah, primary form of movement, as you can see, force dashing. I don't actually know if this is faster, but one thing that I do is I dash, jump, and then dash again. I don't honestly know if that's faster than not doing it. Okay. So in this room here, I paused it here so that way I don't die. There you can see there's a Sith holocron up here. Pick it up. That's going to give you a health drain aura, so that way while enemies are attacking you, you're just going to be draining their health. You want to run to this specific spot to open this door, because those turrets will get in the way. Then you can just open the door and go through. Oh, hi, Lifelike. Alright, then once you hit this door, just force gripping it up. Pretty simple to do. And then here, there's going to be these Purge Troopers. I did a zigzag there to avoid their missiles, because their missiles can knock you down, and then it's just annoying. So just continually going through. Let's see if we didn't... Did we get the... No, we didn't get the glitch. Alright. Yes, I was draining more than I was taking damage. So for this, this laser array, you just grip these 3 rings. Most of this, of the any % run, you just kind of do like you would in a casual playthrough. Other than, obviously, the mission skip glitch. And then here, you want to sit and wait for this laser cycle, otherwise you will die. Trying to grip it across. So you can just chill out here. Oh look, a laser that's right in front of us. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You won't die. As long as you stay here. Alright, so now that the laser's deactivated, you can just go now and move the rings. Yeah, no mission skips basically works as like a no major glitches run, and you play through the entire game. You play through every single level versus just playing through the prologue and then skipping to the Death Star. Yeah, and no mission skips will be what we will be doing next. So now here you hit the laser convergence chamber. Again, you're just kind of doing a lot of this like you would in a casual playthrough. And just kind of hoping and praying. Because what's happening here is so what you're gonna do once you hit this cutscene. This is a showcase. Kind of teaching, you can, like, this would be considered a live tutorial because the category itself is really easy. So, you just want to come over here, push this. This will activate these graviton beams. And then come up into these graviton beams to carry you up to this platform. Once you see this platform in view, I went way too heckin' high. But you just want to drop into the cutscene. Once you hit the cutscene, you'll be on that platform no matter where you're at. You can do it from a lower angle. I just did it from a higher angle so that way you can see that it's pretty safe to hit that. So, it really, you kind of just have to feel out what that looks like. And then you, once again, grabbing this health drain aura, so that way you can fight this Shadow Guard. Once you fight the Shadow Guard, you want to position yourself so that way when you grapple him, you fling him into the wall. And then sometimes these other Royal Guards just become really annoying. And I keep him close to the door. Oh, that was unfortunate. I like to keep him close to the door so I don't just throw him in a bunch of random spots. And he's almost dead, so you can just come over and activate the QTE. And then once he's dead, you notice that we got a level up. So you want to hit select, go to your level up, right bumper to Force Talents, and grab Saber Mastery. That will give us just a slight little bit more lightsaber damage. As we now... Oh, what? Oh, one guy survived. Okay. Hi, pal. That was weird. I thought they were all dead. Where's the... Hello? There we go. Now it hit me. Oh, there's that random Purge Trooper. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, one thing you gotta be careful is your positioning, because there's a Purge Trooper over here. You can see him there? He can snipe you from way over there for some ridiculous reason. So when you're forcing the door, make sure you're standing like kind of over here. Because then at this point, he'll just ignore us. And then you can come into here to then start the Vader fight. So, after you've gone through all of that, you now need to hope and pray that Vader cooperates, because Vader is gonna be the worst enemy possible.
Our deaths will only rally others.
So, here for Vader... Oh, wow, that is insanely good! What you want to do is try and force a lightsaber lock if you can, because when you complete the lightsaber lock, Vader will get knocked to the ground, and as you can see, I did a lot of damage there. And then, wow, that's also really good. You want Vader to do that attack, because then he kind of gets stunned for like a split second, and for some reason, I think I started attacking him too early. But either way, that's the first phase of Vader. You want to get a lightsaber QTE, get him on the ground, and then stab him on the ground. Just like what you did with the Rogue Jedi. Now in the second phase, you want to pick up one of these side things and throw it at Vader. That will stun him, and then you can jump onto his middle platform and just start going ham on him until he eventually picks you up and decides to throw you, which you can... It's actually faster, I think, if you just let him throw you, because then that changes the phase rather than pushing B to avoid it. So, waiting here for the camera, and then once again picking things up, and, well, this is also, once again, just trying to hope you can get a lightsaber lock, and hoping Vader cooperates. But this phase of Vader is the worst one. Oh, that was extremely lucky. We got a little bit more damage off him on there. Yeah. There we go. You knocked him down. Get one more impale. And then another quick time event starts. And that's the end of Vader's main fight. Once you go through this really long and actually really epic quick time event. Alright, so now here is where you select which ending of the game you're going to be taking. There are two kinds of endings. There's the good ending and the bad ending. As you can see over in the good ending, the Emperor is blasting Koda with lightning, but you can go fight the Emperor if you're doing a light side ending, which they're not separated by that, so don't do that because the Emperor is really slow. What you're actually going to be doing is coming over here and jumping down. This activates Vader, and then you're going back to the prologue strats of picking up Vader and dropping him on the ground. So Vader kind of gets a taste of his own medicine after what he did to the Rogue Jedi, which also happens to be Starkiller's father. Which, this is the best I've had Vader 2 cooperate in a while. A lot of times, he just doesn't like to actually cooperate and be lifted off the ground. Oh, I don't want to be stuck in a corner. Cool. And then once you get him on the ground, you do this last QTE. And congratulations. Well, actually, timing ends if you're timing RTA on the last input of this quick time event. So RTA timing would end right now. Congratulations, you have now just completed Star Wars The Force Unleashed in under 20 minutes, maybe 25 on your first run. So since this game runs by in-game time, we're just going to skip through the end credits. And check, and you can now check the in-game time. 14:32, that's actually not terrible. So yeah, that's any percent for Star Wars The Force Unleashed. It's a super fast category, really good it's kind of a good way to show off just kind of getting into it. So yeah.